Hi, Lisa Marie here. I finally found a place that's kind of warm outside in our tent camper. I am actually finally warm and it feels awesome. But as I was going about my morning, and I've had a few questions from a couple of you, and thank you for trusting me and reaching out to me. There's a huge question and a huge issue with a lot of us regarding regain. Regain is real. Oh my goodness. And it does not hold favorites, and it is not prejudiced, and it can attack any of us at any time for any crazy, bizarre reason. So I kind of want to pretend we're sitting here camping together and maybe just chit-chatting a little bit about how it happens and what goes on and different things that I ask myself and that I've also asked a few of you privately. First of all, if you're regaining, there's a reason. It could be your body, and it could be physiological. There could be something going on. You might need your medications rechecked and rebalanced. Even our supplements, they are amazing at first at what they do, but after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, when we get our blood work done, the blood work then tells us some of the things that have to be adjusted. You have to get your blood work done. You have to. Every 3 months for at least the first year, and then preferably every 6 months, if not every year after that. But there's a reason, because our bodies change and our bodies adjust, and so do our nutrients and what we eat and what we take. So, hello, your supplements might change too. Go figure. It could be that easy. Crazy, right? Could be that easy. My next question is, have you stopped using what God gave you as a guide into your portions? If so, you might be doing something like this. Are you eating off of this type of plate now instead of this type of plate that you did at the very beginning? Look at the difference. Humongous. Look at that. You need to go back to the basics and start eating on smaller plates, because if you're eating on bigger plates, more times than not, you're also doing this. Instead of eating out of this little fork, you're eating from this type of fork. Can you see it? Salad fork. Big humongous restaurant dinner fork. If you're trying to give yourself little portions of bites on here, I mean, look at this. That's as wide as my finger. You should really only be having something as wide as your pinky. But look at all that extra space on that fork. I would be discouraged, and I have been out to eat, and I have taken way too big of a bite. But look at this. Here's your pinky on this fork. Not as much extra space left there. You want to go back to eating off of small utensils as much as you can. Same with spoons. Are you using Mongo soup spoon, or are you using normal little teaspoon? Huh? Think about it. Same thing. Your bites should still only be the tip of the spoon. If you're taking too big of bites, regain is going to happen. Because what are you doing? You're taking a bite in and, oh, it's going to hurt. Oh, it's going to have pain. Oh, it's going to do all this crazy stuff. And what are you going to do? Probably ignore it, right? Ignore it. If you ignore it enough times, guess what's going to happen? Your mouth and your belly are going to say, hey, I think I kind of liked that big bite. And what are you going to do the next time? You're going to go, oh, well, that little bite didn't hurt. Oh, that too big of a bite didn't hurt. Oh, I guess my tummy's getting used to it. I can take bigger bites now. No, No, that is a lie. That is a lie from that bully behind you in your head. That's a lie. It's a big, fat, bold-faced lie. Don't listen to it. The other thing that is probably a big gateway to us having regain and doing things kind of inappropriately, other than spitting water out of my mouth, this was the best way I could show you. This is 1 ounce. This is 2 ounce. Your swallows shouldn't even be this. This should take 5 swallows to swallow. Still no gulping. If you're gulping, there's trouble. There's trouble coming your way. This is 1 ounce. This should take you 5 swallows to get down this 1 ounce. If you're gulping this, you might as well be gulping this, because you're filling up your tummy too fast with too much, and it's too big. It's going to stretch it out. It's going to make you feel more pain, first of all, and you're going to feel fuller. And if you, I'm telling you, if you ignore that pain enough times, God's going to do, your body's going to do what God allows us to do when we keep doing things wrong. Sometimes He lets us go about our own poor choices and maybe our unwise decisions, and then we have consequences down the road. And let me tell you, it is not fun. It is not fun having to deal with those consequences later. Well, the same thing with our bodies and our bellies. If we take too big of a bite, take too big of a swallow, don't rest enough between bites, and drink while we're eating, what's going to happen? Our tummy's going to go, well, okay, I knew this wouldn't last. I knew this was just the way. She was just putting me off for a little bit and being all healthy for a little bit, but I knew there was a day coming, and I knew I was going to get to be that big old fat tummy again. I'm telling you, your tummy, our tummies are like a baby, and we cannot force all this food or all this beverage into our tummies. Or what happens? Huh? Just like that baby that we pick up after we've fed and we jostle and we think, oh, they're so cute and pretty. Ugh. It's all going to come out. And if it doesn't come out that end, it's going to come out the other end. And if that doesn't happen and you think, woo, look, I skated on that one, it's hanging out inside. It's hanging out inside, and it's swelling up and it's stretching things. So your key thing to regain and to stop it and knock it off is just like way back in the beginning. Way back in the beginning, little sips, little bites, the size of your pinky nail, not your thumbnail, little bites. And guess what? You need a watch with a second hand, or you need a timer. I can't even show you on my phone. I still use my phone. I press that little stopwatch button and I look at it. Oddly enough, my doctor said to wait at least 30 seconds to a minute between bites, and sometimes that seems like an eternity. However, the support group that I'm actually going to in person, if you don't have a support group that you can go to in person, I'm saying please check out the hospitals, check out any of the bariatric places near you, and try to see if they'll let you go, because oh my goodness, it's amazing. However, at this support group, they actually have their patients wait 5 minutes. 5 minutes between pinky-sized bites. Sounds crazy, right? Sounds impossible, right? Guess who's been experimenting this week? I have. And guess what's happened? I've actually been able to eat my little portion, bowls too. If you've gone back to buy Giganto bowls, pull out your little bowls. You need your little portion size. But what I've been able to do, using my spoon, taking this little tiny pinky's worth of bite out of my little bowls and my little containers, I've actually been able to leave 2 or 3 bites again. What? We can leave bites on our plate? Yes, we can. And we should. We should. We should, because we need to retrain our brain. Our fat brain and our fat eyes have been with us unhealthy for far longer than our healthy, fit, skinny eyes and skinny brain. I mean, this is new. This is only 11 months old. My fat brain and my fat eyes, they like eating on spoons like this, and it still lies to me and says I can take a whole bite of a spoon. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's not true. That's a lie. That's a huge lie. And our eyes, if yours are like mine, they've been with me 50 years, and if it's not a small portioned out on a plate, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to fill this plate up. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to try to eat it all. Because my eyes can't understand actual weights and measures. You need to keep measuring things. If you need to go all the way back to the beginning and do the pouch reset, I'll try and post that here. I've posted it a few times, but I'll try and post it in here. Do it. It's only a couple of days. The complete liquid and then the full liquid, I think it's 2 days. And then the pureed is 2 days. And then, so that's 6, 7. I think the 7th day is you integrate like our regular food back in. But you might need to do that, and you might need to do it a couple of times. And the reason isn't, well, the reason is to help shrink your tummy, but it's to shrink your eye brain and your brain from seeing portions like this. You need to remember your portion, your whole portion of your plate should only be this big. Not this big. This big. So, sorry to be harsh. Sorry to be rough on you, but hello, I had to look in the mirror and be hard on myself. And it's been difficult because of doing my job searching. I am totally out of routine. And that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's an excuse that isn't valid. And so if you're using that excuse too, that life is just crazy and busy and you can't do it, stop it. I'm going to smack my hand for you. Stop it. Stop it. You are the only you who can control what goes in your mouth to then what goes in and nourishes your body and helps your body do the things. You cannot blame anybody else. And I don't care if somebody else is shopping for you and somebody else is cooking for you and you don't speak up for you. Guess whose fault that is? Yours. Mine. And it's hard. It's really hard. Especially if, wow, sorry. Especially if that's how you've lived for a really long time. And you've really let other people run you and rule you and tell you what you can and can't do. You are in charge of you. And you need to stick up for you, because I'm praying for that. I'm praying for that. I'm praying for that. It's not easy. Believe me, it is not easy. But once you do it once and it works, it gives you a little confidence, and you do it again. And that works, and you do it again. But then somebody challenges you. Something happens, something comes in, someone tries to kind of knock down your confidence, and you need to tell yourself the truth. The truth is, only you can control what goes in your mouth. Only you can control what goes in, therefore what goes down and what gives you nourishment. And don't let anybody bully you, especially yourself. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, that was emotional. And I see lots of questions. Darn it, I can't read it from here. I just can't see it from here. So I promise I will look down under there. And today is the 21st. Oh, here's another thing. If you've gotten off track and you're not weighing and measuring things anymore, chances are you're not logging stuff either, huh? If you need it to be on a physical paper, there are gazillions of notebooks available right now because it's back to school. The 99-cent store has beautiful beautiful ones made of this suede-ish stuff that are perfect. I picked up 2 because I love them. You can get any kind of notebook. Just jot it down. You need to weigh and measure everything and plan out your day. If you're not a paper person and that you don't have to do that, then do it in your phone. Do MyFitnessPal, do Berrytastic do whatever. There's so many things out there. If you don't want to use an app, your phone has a place called Notes. Did you know that? You can go to Notes and put in your own stuff yourself and keep track yourself. But you need to go back to basics and you need to keep track. And how can you keep track if you don't either write it down or put it in something? So, wow, that's all I'm saying. So today, I was starting to tell you, is the 21st, and I believe there were 3 people having surgery today. So I want you to know it's actually 3 o'clock here in California. You've already had your surgery, but I was praying this morning for you, and I'm continuing to pray for you and your healing process. So remember, regain happens. It happens. But we have power and we have control to change our fat eyes and our fat brain and that big old fat bully that's in our own head, as well as those that might be coming from an external people. So I'm praying for you. I am. I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you have courage and that you have wisdom and that you have strength and that you go back to basics. Quit using the big plates. Use the little plates. Quit using the big forks. Use the little forks. Weigh and measure things, because you need to bring your tummy back into order so that your tummy will say, I'm a happy tummy, instead of growling at you and being all mad and stretching out. Okay? I love ya, and I am praying for you, and I promise I'll look at what, I could see all the words and I can't see what you're saying, but I'll look at what they are and I'll answer them, okay? Bye.